Magical Meetups. I'm Candace.
And I'm Nicole. This podcast is about growing and learning through discovery of all things metaphysical and supernatural. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
So it's been a wild day so far, but we're here. We made it here. Barely made it here. But we're going to be talking about herbs. Herbs. Well, depending on where you are, that could be correct. Herbs in England, I believe, and then herbs here. The H is silent.
Is that just a Nicole thing, or is that like a legit?
No, legit. I think like gray and gray. You know, the E and the A just depends on where you are.
Tomato.
That is a Candace thing. That's made up. Next, you're gonna be like potato. You were gonna say it, weren't you?
I was.
She was gonna say it, guys. Yeah. No, I think some places call them herbs with the H. Here in good old America, we drop that H for some reason. It goes into hiding, and we do herbs.
I'm pretty sure that's the normal saying.
Oh my gosh, okay guys, so we're probably going to have to Google this afterwards.
We're going to have to do a poll with all of our listeners.
Yes, a poll. Do you say herbs with an H, which is herbs, or with a silent H, herbs?
Herbs.
I say both, because I forget every single time. So, I'm a both person. We'll put both at the bottom too.
That's not because you choose that. It just comes out of your mouth whatever way you want it to.
I would like to choose herb every time, but then people look at me crazy. So I'm like, herbs.
That's because nobody says it that way.
I feel personally attacked. If anybody else says it, I would like to hear from you because I am heartbroken right now. My friend is mean. So, herbs.
Good job.
Tell me about them.
Let's start with harvesting. If you grow your own and you're harvesting, the best time to harvest them is in the morning, like right after the dew. D-E-W.
Oh, wow, we're doing that today. Oh, okay.
Right after it's dried. So that's the best time to harvest them.
So you don't want to harvest them while they're wet still, basically.
Right.
You just want to get them right after they've dried.
So I'm not really sure why first thing in the morning, though.
I don't know. Maybe it's that morning sun, remember? We have that sun.
I would have read just a little bit more. I have the answer to my own question.
Oh, you should do that. Tell me about it.
So, when you harvest them first thing in the morning, this is when they contain the most essential oils.
Oh, so they're really good. If you're doing essential oils, then you'll get that most extract.
Yes.
In the morning. But what if it's a nighttime herb? Are there nighttime herbs? I don't know. But would you get them more at night? Like more essential oils at night?
Under the moon.
Under the moon. Like, I would be like, oh, lavender should totally, because it makes you calm and sleepy.
Right, you would think
like,
so.
What if, maybe if you try to do it at night, then it would get
I'm pretty sure they just do it in the morning.
Okay.
I think.
Wow. So, harvesting them. I feel like I would love to go herbs, but I feel like it's a hard thing. And you remember, I'm not a plant lady.
Well, and even though I like planting things, it is hard work to grow them, then harvest, and then you have to dry them.
Yeah, that seems like a long process.
Yeah.
So, drying them, how long does it take?
Usually, it takes about 21 days.
I
feel like it's such a long process.
Yes. Like, you've grown it, now you gotta harvest it, now you gotta dry it, and then you gotta store it. And then you gotta use it, but that's after a whole month and a half, basically.
Right. You can.
Well, depending on how long it takes.
Put them in the oven, on a low heat to dry them
It like
just
sucks it out of you.
yeah. Like I just feel like you shouldn't rush something like that.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not a good waiter for.
She
things.
has no patience.
I don't. I don't have any patience.
I don't either. I can't really lie and act like you're the only one. I have zero patience.
Exactly. Like I don't want to wait. It's already hard enough waiting on the moon to come around again. Like I don't want to have to wait on my flowers. And some herbs would take longer to grow. Like
right.
they take different times to
But
grow.
can you imagine though if you needed, say, lavender for your tea or whatever you want to use
We
it
don't
for.
drink no tea.
I know, but just stop. So if you needed whatever ingredient, wouldn't it be neat to be like, yeah, all that stuff came from my garden?
That would. That would be super cool to be like, oh, you want some chamomile tea? I don't drink chamomile tea, but I have chamomile that I dried and have and use in other ways kind of situation.
Right.
Like that would be very cool to be able to show that product to other people and like show your passion. But it's not my passion.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
I kind of have a lot going on though.
Yeah, it's a lot. Life is a lot.
Adulting is a lot.
Right. I respect people who forage and then like dry, or they grow and then dry and then sell, and like they do all that and they are just like living their best lives. Like I am so happy for them.
I am too. I
want to be like them
yes,
when I
wish
grow up.
one day we can do that.
We're gonna be like freaking 75 years old, and that's when we have the
We're
time
gonna
to
be
do
like,
it.
Yes.
They're gonna be like, we got time now. Yeah.
Nicole, push me down this path.
Why are you in the wheelchair?
Because
I want to be in the
rest.
wheelchair. I want to be in the wheelchair. So yeah, no, that is really something that I feel is special, but it takes a committed person to doing that. Which, if you do that out there, you're very committed to things, and I like it.
We wish we could be you.
We want to be you when we grow up, guys. So, what kind of dry things do you like? Dried flowers, dried leaves, dry seeds?
Definitely. Well, I like rose petals.
Mm-hmm.
I use a lot of sage, like the dried sage and like protection jars.
Mm-hmm.
Sunflower seeds. That's always a given.
I like to eat
I
sunflower
know.
seeds. Forget using them. I'm like, sunflower seeds, I'm going to eat them. So, what is your favorite? Is rose your favorite dried flower?
I like chamomile flowers. Those are. That's tough. I like how the rose smells. The rose petals.
Okay.
Like it's just so
Fragranty?
yeah, fragrant.
Fragranty.
Why is that hard?
I don't know, but I think I made up fragranty.
I
added that.
And then I'm trying to say it.
Yeah, it's more fragrant, but I like to add letters and not take them away, like in herbs. Don't take away the H. Fragrant, add a T at the end. So I do like lavender to use in very much like sleeping things. So like sleeping satchels, or like to help with stuff like that. I really do like dried lavender because it brings kind of a calming smell.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy lavender. I think that chamomile, I like the look of chamomile, but I don't use chamomile.
I don't. Okay, I did in one of the teas we made at the shop one time, but it's so colorful. It like adds that color, but I can't really say it's like my number one pick either.
Yeah. Roses always grew up with Outcast, and the part where it says roses really smell like doo doo. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Yeah, that is what I always think of roses. So I can't say roses are my number one because I just feel like they smell like doo doo. You know. Fun fact from my childhood: now you can see how old I am. Um, but a lot of people do keep dried leaves. Like they grow like mint, thyme, um, basil, which people say basil or basil. I don't know. Guess it depends on where you're from. Oregano, parsley, like a lot of cooks will have those like in their window sills in their kitchen,
or they
and
can
like
just grab some and
yeah,
throw it in.
but you can dry them too. So
same with like cilantro. A lot of times though.
Some people, I don't like cilantro. It has
really?
a soap taste for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
That's fine. I'm okay with
we'll
it.
Deal it.
No, I'm okay with not being friends anymore.
Sucks for you. You're stuck.
I'm in it for the long haul. So, yeah, like I would love to be like a cool person who had like the plants on my shelf, my little windowsill, and I can pick it off and use it as garnish or in my
make it.
Yeah.
But then you would have to cook.
Yeah, that's a valid thing. Yep, not gonna do that. So, and I would have to have a windowsill in my kitchen, and I don't.
True.
I don't. I feel like we should all have windows in our kitchen.
Like right by the sink.
I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. My kitchen's so dark.
Yeah.
Like it's so dark. It's looking into the abyss of nothing. So I don't like to look at. I don't like to do it because I'm just.
You're like, no, I don't want.
I don't want to do anything in here. It's so dark. But they you can also do lemongrass or lemon balm. I guess those are like flowers, leaves you can dry.
Leaves.
And then dry seeds, dill, mustard, cumin, or cumin, depending on which one. Celery, coriander.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like I don't. That's the furthest from my thought when I'm like, oh, I need herbs or something. Like
yeah.
I don't usually get seeds to do anything with. Usually it's all like either the flowers or the
leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never like, you know what seed I need? Coriander.
Yeah.
I need it right now in my repertoire. Like, never like, you know what this apothecary should have? Coriander seeds. I'm never like that. But, I mean, I guess some people are. Those people that are really committed to herbs. True. I feel like they have. So I always on TikTok. We will always plug TikTok because we're always watching it, y'all. If y'all want to see some like real like good like ideas and things, you got to find certain creators on TikTok that are the actual people because there's plenty of spam people.
Oh, and it's so annoying.
It is annoying.
I don't understand why they think, oh, I'm gonna scam all these people.
Yeah,
like,
normally don't. If somebody tells you, oh, I'll do a reading for you or message me for a reading, it's a scam. Don't do it. Usually people have like websites that you can go to and do stuff like that. But anyways, there are some people on there that they will literally have apothecaries. And like, because that's their main things is herbs. And they'll have like giant apothecaries with all kinds of just flowers and leaves and seeds.
I absolutely love looking at stuff like that.
I love it too. Show me it all.
Yeah, all of it. Even the seeds.
Even the seeds. We don't care about the seeds, but we want to see it all. Like, I love seeing how other people practice.
Yes.
Like, what do y'all use? Like, I've seen plenty of simmer pots. Am I ever going to do a simmer pot? Probably not. But I love seeing other people's simmer pots.
They're so pretty.
In the clear pots.
Yes.
I love those.
So you can get one of those on Amazon. The clear simmer pot. And it has, like, this really cool little lid. But it's still, the smell comes out. Yeah, it's really neat.
Maybe, probably not. Maybe if I get that for a gift.
Maybe. Then I
could get that for a gift.
Yeah.
You should sell those.
That would be cool. At the shop.
At the shop.
That would be cute.
Write that down. Store it in your brain. Okay, so with good herbs, there are deadly
that was
ones.
So hard for you to say.
Yes.
There are very poisonous ones.
So my favorite, if you would have seen Practical Magic, you would know belladonna. Belladonna is deadly. You can have a little bit. It's kind of like arsenic. You can have a little bit, but not a lot.
This one surprises me. Mistletoe.
Yes!
Like,
mistletoe is intrusive.
Right, but like growing up, it's like, oh look, stand under it, give
Yeah,
somebody
kiss.
Yeah,
You
like,
eat it, you're dead.
yeah,
But
I had no idea.
Another fun fact: Oklahoma's flower is the mistletoe.
That's horrible.
Yes, we were learning about it in school. I was teaching about Oklahoma, and we go to the Oklahoma flower, and it's like, by the way, it's deadly, but stand under it and kiss because it's all about love. And I'm like,
hopefully it don't fall
and you can
land
die. And too much can kill you. Wolfsbane, which in every sci-fi movie / book, we know that it can kill werewolves, but apparently it can also kill humans. It's poisonous, guys. Don't eat too much.
Daffodil?
Yes.
Had no idea.
Yeah, so you probably shouldn't. Like, I see people just eating flowers off of things. They're like, oh, this is delicious. Yeah, they forage, and I'm like, I die.
Don't do that. Like,
yeah, unless you know.
Exactly. Like, there's some people that absolutely know their flowers and herbs and everything, you know. But some people are like, oh, I'm going to try this.
Yeah, I'm like, you're going to die one day just picking up stuff. Pick up a book. How about that? Not picking up flowers. But, yeah, no, they literally can, something you see all the time. Daffodils.
Right.
If you have too much or you accidentally mistake it for something else and you use too much of it, just gonna hit the bucket.
Speaking of the bucket, the next one that the name just kind of cracks me up a little bit. Angel's Trumpet. Like,
are you going to see the angels? And the trumpets are like, she's here.
Like, I just find it funny that it's named that and it can kill you.
Yeah.
Like,
So don't ingest these. Lily of the Valley. I don't know why Lily's of the Valley, but apparently she was probably a really big person because she got a whole flower named after a deadly one. Maybe she did lots of battles. I don't know. I'm making up Lily from the Valley of the Valley's story.
She doesn't even know. She's just
I don't know.
Making it up.
I'm 100% making it up. Mandrake. I always think of Harry Potter.
Always. What? I don't. Honestly, I've never heard of that one.
Mandrake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not as like a regular old. Nobody's like, you know what, guys? Hey, you probably shouldn't eat the angel's trumpet because like it's poisonous. Right. You could die. But people talk about belladonna.
Yeah. Or
name things belladonna. I feel like it's just like with wolfsbane. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, that could kill wolves, ha ha ha, but. Right. Not humans, but yes, it can. I feel like
it really can.
Yeah, it really can. Don't ingest it. It literally on our paper has a poison bottle with "do not ingest" beside it on the paper. But in my car on my rearview mirror, it says the belladonna is in my bag, and it's off of Practical Magic where she's talking to her sister through the rearview mirror, and her sister's with her abusive boyfriend in the back, and so she gets the belladonna and puts in the alcohol and
you're
kills
telling
him.
Me the story. Okay, all right, everyone. She wants me to watch this movie, but she just told me what happened.
That's not the whole thing. He dies, but guess what?
So you keep.
He never stays dead. It's
so
a witch's movie. There's so much more. There's so much more.
All right.
There's so much more. You stop it. I haven't even told her about the beetle, guys. Oh,
what beetle?
You don't want to know. Oh my gosh. Or the cricket. It's a cricket. Beetle, cricket. You know the same thing. Okay.
They're not.
You know what I mean. They're both insects. Anyways. Lots of things can be used for cleansing purposes. So, I'm going to name all the ones that can be used for cleansing: sage, lavender, eucalyptus, rosemary. Oh, just kidding. Rosemary's for focus. Um, those. Okay, just kidding. Sage was the only cleansing one. Why did all of those look like?
I was totally going to say something, but then I was like, no.
Guys!
But one thing that you're kind of right, because I feel like if your intention is, like, say you can't burn sage in your house, or there's a lot of people that don't burn sage because they choose not to do that
because of the white sage and it being taken away and harvested from the Native Americans, and then they can't do their rituals, and that's real rude. So don't be a bitch.
Exactly. So some people might choose other stuff.
Okay, so this is my thing. I feel like lavender is calming, but I also feel like, for me, lavender cleanses dreams.
I agree.
Like, when my kids, like, when I do little satchels for them, which I should probably do again, it, like, cleanses them from nightmares. And then eucalyptus.
Calms them.
It calms them too, And then eucalyptus, a lot of people put it in their showers. Have you seen those, like, the eucalyptus plants that hang on the shower? I feel like, it's for inspiration, but I feel like that's cleansing when you're cleansing your bath, like, in the shower or whatever you're cleansing. So, like, I feel like all of them could be cleansing. Rosemary's for focusing. Orange.
I need all of it. All the rosemary.
Orange and bergamot? What is that?
It's not a very popular one.
Is increasing. I don't know what you're increasing, but apparently you could probably add it to stuff to increase. Like, if you want your money boat, like your money boat. if you want a boat of money, use orange. It will increase all of your boatloads. No, but if you want, your success spell or your money spell, you could probably add orange with that intention of increasing or amplifying that
Just
spell.
Like you would use, like, clear quartz.
Yeah.
To amplify whatever you're trying to.
That kind of herb to help increase. Oats are for grounding, and I'm assuming that's because they grow from the ground.
Most likely.
But I'm sure, you can use oats for other stuff.
Right.
Like, you don't have to just use these for just that one thing.
Yeah, because, like, each, like, sage, for instance, it says cleansing, but, I mean, you can use it in so many different ways.
Yeah, you can use it for protection. You can use it for cleansing. I mean, you can use these. It's not a one-trick pony.
Right.
So, I was going to say one thing. I just knocked all her papers down. One thing that is a good fun fact is that you, just like herbs, just like crystals and other things, you can use stuff to substitute other things for. So rosemary can be used to substitute most common herbs. So if you have that intention, so let's say you have rosemary, but you don't have lavender, you can always use that rosemary and with the intention of it taking the place of lavender and using it for calming and, things like that.
I think that is so neat to be able to take something and just replace it,
Yeah.
I just think that's really neat.
I also think that opens it up to so many more people because, I have a son that's allergic to sage, so we don't use sage at all, but if I did need sage, then I could have rosemary or things like that is so nice. Or maybe if you don't agree with how something was, sourced, and you need to get, you don't want to source it yourself because you're like us and lazy, then you could always, figure out another one to use. Because sometimes you don't get things from places that you should get them from. Or you can use the grocery store. Don't ever be afraid to use herbs from the grocery store.
I know. And so my husband cooks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we got married and we joined houses and everything like that, he brought all his seasonings and everything. There was so much stuff that like sage, rosemary. Like he used that for cooking, but like half of the time people don't think. Go look in your cupboard.
Yeah.
There's like tons of stuff you can use.
Yeah, like look in your cupboard, look in your pantry. Like you don't always have to go to the metaphysical shop. We would love to see you. But you don't always have to go to get those specific things. I know, like, I get Palo Santos from the shop, but if I want cinnamon, like I have a giant cinnamon thing, a McCormick's
Right.
cinnamon thing that I can use, and I'm not gonna run out of it because it's a ginormous thing, rather than a little
Going and grabbing something
bag
at a shop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's way too expensive. Now, if I'm on the run and maybe I need to do something while I'm at the shop, then yeah, I could buy a little thing, convenience. But you don't have to buy the most expensive things at all. What else? You can grow your own. We talked about that. And I also feel like when you do that, you can put some more of your energy in it.
Yes.
Like you're using the soil and
you know where it's coming from. You know, like the good intentions that you've put into it, the hard work and everything.
Yeah.
You don't know. Maybe somebody was pissed off that day and they're like, I hate you, Sage. I'm going to water you today, but I hate you.
Yeah,
and
like
then,
they hate their job and they're like unhappy.
Yes. And then here, like,
now all your spells are going wrong
because all that chaos and the anger.
Yeah, and they're unhappy with their life, and you're like, whoa, buddy, I'm just trying to live my best life. I got enough. So, like, if you want to, and you want to try to get into that, start off small. Start off small with things that maybe
like you use the most of.
You use the most. Maybe you use it in cooking and in spell work. And you just want to see if you can grow it. Always start off kind of small and then go up. Also, if something's like a super expensive herb, maybe something's a little more harder to find, or maybe it's, you can't get it at the grocery store. Like, you could grow it yourself. So then you don't have to worry about that.
Things on Amazon. I'm like the Amazon queen. I love Amazon.
I do
but
too.
they have like little greenhouses that you can get, and it's so neat. And
like the little
seedling
greenhouses that you can start, and then they can grow up. It's so cute. And like, if that's something you enjoy, then you know what? Save it for it and live your best life.
Exactly.
Like, I support you.
So
we support you.
And then we might ask you to teach us.
Send us some herbs.
Sample.
Oh, that's a really expensive one. You should send it to us. We would love to try it.
She's a mess.
And then we could plug you. Like, maybe it could be a business opportunity for you.
What are some ways that we can use herbs?
Ways we can use them. So, what I prefer to do is burning them as an offering. So for Beltane, fire was the big thing for Beltane, but I wrote on bay leaves and then lit them on fire and did that in my cauldron. I have a tiny cauldron. It's really cute, and I used it. Shout out to Rustic and Rebellious. Shameless plug.
She made me order it for
I
her.
did. I was like, I don't like any of the ones in your shop. Order me a better one. She's like, okay.
So one thing that I really thought was neat is you can make an herb mixture to use in a ritual bath.
Or shower.
So it doesn't have to be.
So I don't know if you've seen, but there are, bath bombs. There are shower steamers.
Right.
So you can put it in the shower and it steams. You could do that with your herbal mix.
That is neat.
You can maybe do it in a foot bath. If you have a foot tub that you can do, even in a big bowl.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a
you don't have to have a fancy foot bath massager.
Yeah.
Thing.
I mean, we all want that, but who's really going to clean it out? No one.
That's the problem.
We need better.
I really like to use it in spell jars.
Yes, I love using herbs in spell jars. It makes it look nicer and feel like you're adding some, like you're putting things together with your intentions into them. Make sure you cleanse all your stuff though before you get it. Like even when I get it from Rustic and Rebellious, and I know Candace and I know her energy and how she always sages the place. Like there are so many people that come in the shop.
So many people
touch things, and even though they're touching the bag, you're touching the bag, and then you're getting your stuff out with that hand that you're touching. You touch doors.
Big on just somebody's having a bad day in the shop,
and they're bringing that negativity.
You
just need to cleanse things just
always.
For you. And maybe you even do it every time you start a spell jar, because sometimes I'm in my room and I'm in a bad mood. I'm like not feeling life. I'm like, I'm so upset. And that's still lingering in your room. Like you might need to just cleanse your space every, week, or maybe after a bad day, or just being unhappy kind of. Just do a little
cleaning.
Speaking
of that, a lot of people will think of, I need to cleanse my house, say if I have a ghost or if something's happening, but people don't think of it like, okay, there's bad energy. Maybe I had a fight with my husband, or the kids are fighting constantly over a PlayStation or something. Like, you still need to cleanse it.
Yeah, because too much of it can really... I'm going to go cleanse my house after this, by the way. I made it out of there. But you can also use it in the oil, the solar oil we talked about. You can use some herbs in there, or tinctures. I'm very interested in tinctures.
I am too. I'm scared to try them though.
I would like to learn more about them. I'm very interested in it though. You can even use them just with your crystals. Like maybe you want to do a certain thing, and you have it just sitting beside that crystal that you want it to amplify, or you want it to help with those, them together. I use it all the time with charm bags or satchels, like with the nightmare bag that my kids have, or the dream bags. Then I use crystals and herbs mixed together in there. And so that's always really nice to have together, kind of amplifying each other and multiple things working together.
Right. I use dried herbs, like when I'm making candles. I'll put them in there depending on what I'm doing.
I like that. And what else do we use herbs for? We use herbs a lot. Every month, good old cinnamon comes in on the 1st.
Yes.
And
when you don't get to do it, you cry all month long. So don't forget to do it.
Yes. Maybe we should start putting a reminder on our phone every month.
Probably.
Because
I forgot this month, and I feel like everything is so discombobulated.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to do it.
Yeah. So what you do is you blow cinnamon into your door. You're standing on your porch, you blow it into your door, and you leave it there for 24 hours. And that is supposed to bring abundance and, happiness, whatever you think about, honestly. But abundance is the main one, prosperity coming into your door. But you can also think of other things if that's not all you want to bring in. But you have to be with a clear mind and a happy soul, because I let my kids do this spell this month. And they were just like, I want to do it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, so you got to think of white light, and you got to blow in. And I don't think so.
Well,
So I think I might have to prepare them better next time. Like
maybe so.
Maybe they do something that's like makes them really happy in the end.
Right. Or
because
something
when you're a kid,
calming,
all of the negative emotions are just there, and you don't always know that they're there.
Right.
So, but I let them blow cinnamon. If you have an intuitive kid, or your kid is super into it, like, live your best life. But for people who don't really know, or their kids always fight, try to get them in a good mood before they try to do spells with you.
Or do it yourself.
Or do it yourself. Yeah, that is true. But I try to include them on things. So, you can also use it to make a protection amulet or warding, things like that. which I think is cool. I haven't done any like amulets.
I've never done one. I've done, of course, like money bowls, things like
Yeah.
that, protection jars.
Yeah, I've never done. I think that's cool though. Like if you find a really beautiful locket and then you want to do
Right.
like maybe monthly, you change what you do.
Ooh, that would be neat.
Yeah, I think that would be so cool. So, some common herbs for everyone. These are herbs that everybody knows, and these are herbs that you can use. So, lavender. We all know good for cleansing, peace, purification, anti anxiety. So sometimes, if you just need to calm down, kind of smell that
They
lavender.
even put it in like baby baths now.
Yes, oat baths for babies
Yes.
and like lavender and oats.
It's the purple bottle.
It is the purple and white bottle. I just remember. I was like, that is a bottle that I remember. But yeah, like a lotion.
Yeah, it comes in like a pack, like shampoo.
Yes, and it's light purple and then
Yeah.
an orange, but then an off cream color. Oh my gosh, y'all know what we're talking about. If you don't, you haven't been around the baby aisle at all, or been around a baby. But oats also help with eczema. So if you know somebody, or you have eczema, or they do it for babies a lot. If babies have eczema, they'll do oat baths for them. And I've seen it where people are renting an apartment, or it's not their house, so they can't really just do anything in the tub, and if it accidentally gets messed up, they'll do it where they put it in a stocking, like a pantyhose.
Oh, yes.
And they'll tie it on the water so it comes through the stocking, the pantyhose.
I love that.
And the oats, it makes an oat bath, but the oats don't get into the shower.
Like as a homeowner, I don't necessarily know I would want
oats
certain things like
going down the drain.
I love that idea.
Yeah. So, and I'm assuming, I've only seen it with oats, but I'm assuming if you get some pantyhose and you put herbs in there, you could either tie them up and just like put different in the actual bath, or you could tie it around the faucet if you're taking a bath. And
I just started thinking about knowing our luck, we would be in there, we'd put it on the water,
and it would break,
and it would break, or it would explode everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
why I thought of the ball. You just tie it up like a little ball and put it in there. But it could also be maybe if you do it, like it could be a shower steamer some way.
Right.
I don't know.
I like that idea.
I do too.
I think we need to try it.
Do clean pantyhose though. Don't be a weirdo.
Note to self.
Get clean pantyhose. Cleanse the pantyhose too.
First. Yeah.
Don't want none of them negative. God, make these pantyhose again. Who even wears pantyhose anymore? Little do they know we're using pantyhose to make herbal satchels and stuff. Oh my gosh. So mint. Mint is good for energy, healing, protection, and cleansing. I did not know mint was even used, but these are common herbs or things that like we can find in
easily.
Yeah, like it's not something that's super exotic or extravagant that we can't find at our grocery store.
Right.
Basil. Confidence, luck, prosperity, warding.
Ooh.
So, we will do one on banishing and warding.
Yes, we will.
But that's good to know about warding. Sage, of course. I feel like sage everybody knows. That's what people automatically think of when they're like, oh no, there's a ghost in my house.
Right, it's like that.
Get the sage out
yeah.
and like wave it around. And I'm like, that's not how it works. You can't just wave sage around and be like, okay, the ghosts don't like the smell, they're packing up. Like that is not how that works. So, you got to do a little more stuff than that with sage. I don't prefer sage, one, because my kid is allergic, two, because I feel like white sage has been overdone, and a lot of people have ended up abusing the use of it. So then people who are in closed practices can't use it then.
Get it. And you know how easy it would be to grow.
Yeah.
Especially in Oklahoma, like any gardening place in the spring has sage you can go buy. And so that might be a good one we should start with. See if we can grow it.
Yeah.
But food for thought, in case anybody's like, oh, Nicole and Candace said I should grow sage. Just know it can take over wherever you plant it.
Yes.
It's one that likes to spread.
So you shall probably not plant it in your garden bed and then it take over the whole thing.
So maybe have like a container or like a pot designated for just sage.
And if you ever go online to buy things from Rustic and Rebellious, just so you are aware, there will be white sage on there. But it's because a lot of people around here ask for white sage.
They do.
It's like if she didn't carry it, it'd be a problem.
Right.
Because people don't understand.
Yeah, they don't. And some people don't.
Plus, we live in a high population of Native American area.
And, you know, honestly, sometimes they do come in and they want the sage too.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those, like, well, it's kind of like Walmart.
Yeah.
They may not agree with everything, but they're going to have it in there.
Okay, Walmart agrees with everything.
Yeah, that's true. That was a bad example.
Another small business.
Yeah.
But, like, I just want to be clear about that, like, we know that that is something that is hard. We also live in a high population of Native American area. Mm-hmm. So you kind of got to, as a business owner, you kind of got to hold things that the population would need. So now if we were, like, in New York City,
it would be a little bit different.
Yeah, it would be different. You know? So, but when we do have, like, little classes, you always tell people, you know, hey, by the way, like...
And I always like to throw out, like, the other herbs that you can use to cleanse. Mm-hmm. Or say you are having what you believe to be a ghost. There are other things you can do besides sage, you know?
And I think that people only think of sage because they see the shows or the movies.
Right.
And somebody is walking around. And I'm like, dude, I don't even use sage, one, because my kid's allergic. By the end of this, y'all are going to know how allergic my kid is.
They're going to be like, man.
She's going to be like, he going to die. But because I use Palo Santo. Mm-hmm. And that's like a tree, like a wooded tree. And sometimes it can be oversourced in South America. So I do make sure that I get it ethically.
Yes, for sure. So, because there are some places that will try to sell that and they just get it from wherever. And
yes.
Like, no.
Yes.
Like, I'm very picky on that stuff too.
Yeah, so we try to do things if we are getting it and we do see things that are changing, like an ethical source rather than just getting it from any old person off the street, because that's how you get things laced with other things. Don't do drugs, kids.
That too.
Next one.
We on rosemary. This one I like. I actually use rosemary a lot when I cleanse the shop.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. So, because I try not to, if I have sage, like say we had a protection jar class and we had sage, if I have some left over, I'll burn it in the shop.
Yeah.
So don't waste it. But rosemary, just sprinkle some stuff on like a heat resistant, you know, and I walk through. And I actually feel like it smokes better.
Yeah.
Almost. And so I feel like it cleanses better.
You're right.
But you can use it for banishing, protection, of course, fidelity, and honesty.
Ooh,
I like
just
that
burn
one.
it, and then I'm gonna put it around my kids, and they're gonna be
which one did it?
Who did it? And they're like, oh no,
all of us.
We all did it wrong. No, like maybe using it with that banishing people from your home that aren't not from your home, but coming to your home that aren't going to be honest with you. So maybe using that as kind of a warding even or a protection for only accepting people who are trustworthy and honest with you. That I think I'm gonna start using rosemary for that. I didn't even think about those things. So, thyme.
Or is it thyme?
It's thyme.
Are you sure?
That's the one I am positive on. Thyme, Thyme.
I'm gonna ask Google.
It's thyme, I promise.
So, it's really good for clarity, healing, psychic power. I like that one. And affection.
I love affection, but like
I feel like
only when I want it.
Right. But I also feel like, and this is probably just me, because there's lots of people that do love spells and things like that, but I feel like it just, that's one thing that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just, like, I don't know. And it
you don't want to force anybody.
Yes. So, like, I feel like that's their free will. So, like, I don't ever choose to do, like, affection spells or now
love spells.
Weight loss spell, I might be about. But that would be for me, not for somebody else.
And other people might be like, oh, I wouldn't do weight loss spells.
Right.
Like, I would want to do it.
Yeah. Depends on.
Well, and I think, like, affection, you could also use that as an affection towards yourself. So a self-love jar. Self-love. So that affection inward rather than somebody else having that affection for you.
Towards other people.
Yes, like raise like your awareness to love others.
And not have a face like
us. We're broken. That's okay. Lemon balm is for calming, healing, success, and family. Which I feel like that's a good one. I don't know if that one's a common one, though.
I don't feel like it's a common one, but it's a good one.
It's a good one. I like it. So as we said, you know, you can burn them. We forgot one. You can use them in food and have that intention in your food that you're feeding to other people.
Yes.
So, like, if you want your family to be, you know, protected, you can use one
for being nice to others.
Honestly, no.
Maybe affection.
Affection towards each other.
Maybe you need to. You're gonna be like, man, what's that taste?
I'm like, time. Time is what the taste is. Time for you to love each other. She's over here like, I would never force anybody to love each other, and I'm like, love each other. Children love each other. I'm like yelling at them. You must love each other. One day I'm gonna be dead.
You better eat all of that.
Right. I put a spell in it. Turned into the Sanderson sisters real quick. But then you can also just sit them on your altar.
Yeah.
Like if you just have an altar and you want them to be there, like you can just have them on there. Kind of just adding that to your ancestors or your spirit guides, whatever you believe in. Just
you could
there.
Probably even like put it underneath your doormat.
Yes, you could probably do a mixture and put it under your doormat. Because you can write sigils under your doormat, so you could probably
all kinds of ways you can use stuff like that.
I wish I should start doing a routine every first of the month where I write a sigil and then put some herbs under there, blow the cinnamon, like a whole little ritual to like just bring abundance and success and happiness.
That would be neat.
And money, because I'm poor.
So
I have too many kids.
Set our reminder for the first of the month.
We should.
Okay.
Before we leave here today, we will set a reminder and block out 2 hours.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we have some fun facts about certain herbs that you can choose to look at more extensively for yourself, do them yourself, or just listen to us ramble on about random things, which is okay too. So, what one you want to talk about?
Cinnamon. It's my favorite, which we already hit the high points. Like, first of the month, I always use it for that. But it can also be used for health reasons. So, a lot of people don't just use herbs for spells or protection, they can use it for health benefits. So cinnamon can help with circulation, can help with blood sugar, anxiety. I know I need to like take a teaspoon of cinnamon every day.
Yeah, I'm like riddled with anxiety, guys.
I don't have to deal with this anymore. Can help with period cramps.
Yes, thank God I don't have to deal with that anymore.
I know, I'm so thankful. And it can actually help with weight loss. And 500 million other things too, but that's just highlights of...
Yeah. Yeah, that is very interesting. Cinnamon for weight loss. I feel like I've heard that somewhere though. Like it was like a cinnamon drink or something that people were like...
So you're supposed to heat water and stir in cinnamon, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of raw honey.
Okay, and that's to help with the weight loss.
It's going to boost metabolism and reduce cravings for sweets.
Does it say should we do it in the morning or at night?
It doesn't say, but I've almost thought about trying it in the evening. Because at least for me, I'm more of a snacker at night. So I'm wondering if it would be like a sweeter type drink.
So then you don't have to drink that. You know what? I should tell my mom about that.
You should.
She might actually enjoy that rather than... Because she's also a snacker at night. And
it's
she
so
just
bad.
She just like, needs something that like sweet, like that kind of just like.
And sometimes it's like you have to do something with your hands.
Yeah,
like, I might be watching Naked and Afraid.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, it's my favorite.
I love Naked and Afraid.
They just started a new season.
I did not.
Yes, tonight's the second.
What is it on?
What channel?
Yeah, like what streaming service or whatever.
I don't remember.
Do you have actual TV?
Yeah.
You have cable?
I do.
Oh my God! I haven't met somebody that had cable since my grandma. She's 92.
I hate you.
That's the last person I knew with cable. Wow, guys, we've now learned that she is old.
And I'm not 92.
You're not 92, but close to it.
Whatever.
Back in your day,
I hate you.
Was cable a thing, or did you get it in your childhood?
Hey, so when I blow the cinnamon in the door, can you stand right there so it might hit your eyeball?
Yeah, maybe it'll bring abundance to me. Maybe I'll be able to see abundance. Abundant opportunities. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, maybe I need to stream some Naked and Afraid.
Maybe you should.
Because we don't have cable.
Oh, well, I bet you can do it on your little fancy Netflix.
You think we only have Netflix? That's cute. That's cute.
Hey, if it counts, I have Netflix and Peacock and all kinds of...
Yeah, that counts. I mean, it makes you a little younger.
I mean, I have all that stuff too, but I'm a big football
Oh my gosh,
person.
she's gonna have to watch the Kansas City Chiefs the whole time.
I'm
so
sorry.
she has to have it. You could get ESPN with your Hulu.
Oh my gosh, Hulu has live sports. I know that commercial gets on my nerves
because you
Hulu.
pay for cable.
I see all the commercials.
Yeah, they're like, stupid people still pay for cable. Candace is like, don't talk about me like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you.
What is your next one?
Now you want me to get off of the subject
the
of
old
you.
thing, yeah.
Okay, so you can. We talked about lavender a whole lot, but what I didn't know that it could help with is lavender oil is believed to have antiseptic and anti-inflammatory properties. So it can help heal like bug bites, minor burns, things like that. So it's lavender oil.
Lavender is a good mosquito plant too.
Yes, it keeps the mosquitoes away.
So if you, especially here by the lake, it doesn't even
so
matter
nasty.
if you're like right by the lake. There's so many freaking mosquitoes.
I have so many mosquito bites already that I'm like, maybe I do need. If you get lavender, can I have a piece of your plant?
Yes.
I'm just gonna forever steal pieces of your plants.
So we're gonna talk about Travis Kelce for a second. So
not the actual one.
Yeah, no, that's where I got the name. But anyway, yeah, because the plant I named him Kelce, not Travis Kelce. It's just Kelce.
Yes.
So she suckered me into giving her a piece of Kelsey, but I got to name her plant.
My plant is named KJ. Kelsey Jr. Just for everybody out there to know, I did not choose that name because I don't watch football. But
if she did, she would like the Kansas City Chiefs.
Just because Candace does, and I'd be a bandwagoner.
Exactly. Good job for being a friend.
I just jump on that bandwagon, guys. Just ride that on into the sunset. But I really wanted the snake plant.
Well,
you didn't mention he's a snake plant.
Yeah, he
and
is.
I kill most plants, so
I
he
know,
won't die.
I was very scared. Even though they're really hard to kill, I'm still scared.
Well, he's sitting outside because I don't put him inside because my kids killed my last one by putting soap in there.
Oh my gosh. Well,
they're the worst.
You know why he got his name Kelsey, right?
Why?
Because the snake plant had a tag in it that said, "I'm tough and fancy."
So you automatically were like, yes,
that's my
Kelsey.
Boy. Yes.
Shout out to Kelsey, I guess.
Yes.
So it can also help with insomnia, depression, anxiety, restlessness.
Ooh.
I'm very restless when I'm going to bed.
Oh, I know.
I'm tossing, I'm turning,
always.
I'm doing freaking acrobatics in my bed all the time. So it helps with hair loss.
Ooh.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
And if you drink it in tea, it can help with digestive issues such as vomiting, nausea, and gas.
Ooh.
I feel like most teenage boys need that. I work in a school.
Yeah.
It's very stinky.
That would suck.
Yeah. Boys are very stinky. Some girls are stinky too, but I'm just saying. If you got a stinky boy at home, maybe that will help them.
Maybe so.
I feel like we need to do a detox. Maybe use lavender and cinnamon.
Maybe. But then, okay, so we'll keep going. We'll ignore that Nicole just said that.
It's okay. I ignore you mostly.
What's
What's your next one?
I have sage, which we hit a lot on this one too. But one thing that is really neat, me being a nurse, I'm like, oh my gosh, it can help with like sickness. So say your house has the flu, it's a good thing that you go around your house and burn it. It helps get rid of the germs.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I know, and it's so neat. And it can help lower cholesterol, lower blood sugar, high in nutrients, may support oral health, helps with menopause symptoms, and it can help with memory. Maybe I need a lot more sage.
And maybe you do because
maybe
you're broken. Just kidding, guys.
She's not wrong.
our banter is out of love, not out of actual hate. Like it's 100%.
Well, there was
just
this one
funny.
time that we were like blah blah blah, and our friend Joanna, love Joanna.
Shout out to Joanna.
She's like, girls, now, and I'm like, okay.
God, you don't have to put on the mom voice.
Yeah, but we stopped.
We did stop. She was like, I'm done with this. So, anything else that's cool about sage that we didn't talk about already?
Honestly, nothing that we haven't already hit on.
Okay. So, rosemary is another one that we have talked about so quickly. It helps with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory, improves digestion, enhances memory and concentration, helps with brain aging.
I love it. Oh, and speaking of brain aging and Alzheimer's disease, did you know if you learn, fun fact with Candace right now, if you learn, like, say, another language, it actually helps your brain. But it has to be different tasks. Like, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to learn, like, how to do this math problem. If you already know how to do the math problem, it has to be something different. So if you learn, say, a whole nother language, it helps your brain later in life hopefully avoid Alzheimer's disease.
That is so cool.
Very neat. Since
that
we're on
was
brain,
a fun fact.
It is. So I'm learning Espanol I am. Because I
Espanol. Yo.
You know what?
I don't speak Spanish, but I don't think that's Spanish.
Hey, you know what?
She's going to work on it.
You cannot take the accent
True.
out. Like, you just can't. I've tried.
Yeah, that's the problem. You got an accent with it.
I
Good
know.
thing. So I'm actually starting. So I did ASL in college, and I'm actually starting ASL again with my friends. But good thing I don't have an accent with ASL. ASL is American Sign Language, so good thing I don't have an accent with that.
Maybe I should just start there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I love ASL. Oh wow, she just flipped me off, guys.
Did you know what I said?
Yes.
See, you're welcome.
That's actually how you say it.
I know.
So, back at ya.
I'm so glad we're not recording today.
Yes. So, fun facts over. We are going back to the real stuff.
Real stuff.
It helps with muscular degeneration.
Ooh.
Helps reduce muscle pain, which I have a lot of back pain. So I feel like maybe I need to get on the rosemary train. And you can add the dried herbs to dishes. But you need to know these things. It can cause interactions with, it can like cause problems with other medications. So you need to check with your doctor.
Yes, always. And this is when we have classes like this at the shop. We always say, like, just because we're saying these things, always check with your doctor.
Yeah.
No matter what.
And that's why, Western medicine has come around. Like, yes, we could have, done this stuff back in the day when we were foraging, but, you always want to be safe rather than, because we have medicines now. And you do not take it if you are pregnant, because in high dosages, it can cause a miscarriage. So, just if you're pregnant or maybe pregnant, make sure you watch that. But also, if you're on medications, you should check with your doctor. Be a smart person. It's not that hard. We can all do it. What's the next one?
St. John's wort.
Is this why the moon was named the wart moon?
Maybe so.
I don't know, but maybe so.
So, this one can actually help treat depression.
All of them can treat depression.
I know. And you know what I find intriguing about that is I think that it depends, one, how you use it. And do you think that if you're using stuff that's grown in the ground and that you're maybe trying a healthier path in that sense and maybe not take or depend on medications, maybe it makes you feel better as well?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. My antidepressants help me a lot.
Mine do too.
Because,
And
but I don't know if I would be like, I'd rather go a full natural way.
Like, to me it's crazy to think about, like, how they, especially before all the medications.
Yeah.
Like,
how did people live? I mean, they didn't live long.
True.
So, I mean, we have a higher life expectancy.
True.
But they did live a healthier life.
Right.
I feel like we eat like trash. So, I would like to go natural.
It would be
but
so hard.
My antidepressants and anti-anxiety, let me tell you, I am riddled with it. So, I don't know if I'd come out for like 2 months trying to get the right things. But also you got to think about this. When you're depressed, like getting up and making a tea or a tincture, like it would have to be pre-done for me.
Right. And I feel like, yes, it can help treat depression, but I feel like it would be something that you would have to take daily.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I think I feel kind of sad today. Let me try this. Like, I think it's something that you would have to like build
commit
up.
to.
Yes, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I'm not that
that's
committed.
Scary. It's scary to me, like thinking that. That's why we always say talk to your doctor. Always.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always wanted to try it, but it scares me.
Yeah, I don't know if it would help me be a better me
right
as quickly as I would need it to be.
Right.
I would have to go into seclusion before and like deal with myself.
This one also has antibacterial properties, which is very neat. Helps with ADHD, atopic dermatitis, psoriasis, menopause symptoms, and anxiety.
Well, that one helps with a lot of like on the surface, so kind of ailments,
right?
Or more mental ailments too. ADHD and dermatitis.
And I wonder, like back in the day when they first started finding these herbs, like how did they figure out that it helped with them? Like,
was
so
somebody like just out here the tester of like the village?
Right. Like, okay, you have a rash. Come here.
Let me put this on you.
Right.
And then like by the 45th one, they're like, oh, this one worked.
Right. Like it's just crazy to me to think like how they found all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. So our last herb that we're going to talk about is mullein, and it has a long history of helping with respiratory health, wound healing, and UTIs actually. It's used as a remedy for respiratory tract, especially with irritating coughs and bronchial congestion. It can help with treating and preventing UTIs, earaches, and asthma, and it helps reduce inflammatory in the urinary system. It can help with anti-parasitic. It's an anti-parasitic, anti-hypertensive, hoarseness,
I know
cough and cold.
We sell a lot of that, especially in the wintertime.
Mullein?
Yes, a lot of people.
Really?
And it's one that like will be on back order for us a lot. Like I have to start ordering it almost in the summertime to make sure it gets here on time for like the wintertime.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tonsillitis it helps with. So I'm guessing like anything like throat wise and lung wise.
Yeah.
And then the plant compounds in mullein are known to have anti-tussilative, which is cough reducing, and expectorant, which is mucus thinning properties. Oh, so it helps with mucus and coughing. Is that where Mucinex comes from? Like mullein is in Mucinex? Because that thins out and stuff. Ooh, I wonder.
We're going to have to look that up.
Yeah, so it is a substance that some researchers believe could use to have prevented and treat COVID-19 infection.
That I thought was really neat, but I still think that it's really soon.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would make sense because COVID-19 is respiratory everything, So.
Yeah, so it would have made sense to help with it.
Yes.
That is very interesting, though. I enjoy herbs, but I'm not good at them.
I would have to agree. Not that you're not good. I'm not good at them as well.
Yeah. But also shout out to bay leaves because I use bay leaves all the time. If you want to use bay leaves, you write, your intentions onto it, and then you burn it.
I use them a lot in money pots or bowls.
Yes.
I'll write the intention, and I don't necessarily burn them, but I'll put them in the money bowl so it stays in there.
Because she keeps her money bowls like actually a bowl.
Yes.
Like she doesn't burn the bowl. Not the whole bowl, but also the stuff inside the bowl she doesn't burn.
Right.
But shout out to bay leaves because bringing all the wishes come true. So I think that's all for herbs.
Yeah.
I think it was a good time.
It was fun.
I love learning about them. If you do herbs, I would love to see them.
Yes, for sure. Send us pictures, or if you want us to talk about a certain herb or multiple herbs or something that we did not hit on, let us know.
If you want us to talk about tinctures, let us know.
Yes, we need to do that.
Because we're interested in tinctures. We just haven't tinkered with it. So, y'all have a great rest of your day. And thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.